In 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio picked up a signal from deep space. It was so remarkable that the scientist monitoring it grabbed a printout and wrote one word in the margin in red pen. Wow, it lasted 72 seconds. It came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, and it has never been explained. That was almost 50 years ago. And here's the thing, it's not even the most convincing piece of evidence we have, because in the last 5 years alone, the US government has declassified UFO footage, held congressional hearings where military pilots testified under oath, and a senior intelligence official told Congress, on the record, that the government has retrieved non-human biologics from crash sites, and somehow we all just kept scrolling. So today, we're going to actually look at what we know, what governments are admitting, and what the math says about whether we're alone in this universe. Because I think you're going to walk away from this video with a completely different perspective. Let's start with the numbers, because the numbers are honestly wild. The observable universe contains an estimated 2 trillion galaxies. Our own Milky Way alone has somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. And astronomers now believe that most of those stars have planets, meaning there are likely more planets in the universe than there are grains of sand on every beach on Earth combined. Now, scientists estimate that even if only 0.1% of those planets fall within a habitable zone, the right distance from their star for liquid water to exist, you're still talking about numbers so large they break human comprehension. This is actually the heart of what's called the Drake equation, developed in 1961 by astronomer Frank Drake. It's a formula designed to estimate how many communicating civilizations might exist in our galaxy. Depending on which values you plug in, the answer ranges from one, just us, to millions of civilizations, right now in the Milky Way. The math doesn't prove aliens exist, but it makes the idea that we are uniquely, cosmically alone feel almost arrogant. So if the numbers suggest life should exist elsewhere, why haven't we found it? And this is where it gets really interesting. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi was having lunch with colleagues and asked a deceptively simple question: where is everybody? If the universe is this vast and this old, roughly 13.8 billion years, and if intelligent life is likely to arise somewhere, then statistically, civilizations far more advanced than ours should have had plenty of time to spread across the galaxy or at least make contact. But silence. This tension is called the Fermi Paradox, and scientists have proposed dozens of solutions. Some are mundane, maybe communication is just really hard across cosmic distances. Some are humbling, maybe we're not listening in the right way. And some are deeply unsettling. The most chilling solution is called the Great Filter. The idea is that somewhere along the path from simple chemistry to interstellar civilization, there's a wall, a catastrophic hurdle that almost no species gets through. The optimistic version, the filter is behind us. Maybe the jump from non-life to life is nearly impossible, and we somehow made it. Or the miracle, the terrifying version, the filter is ahead of us, and every civilization in history has hit it. There's a reason some of the smartest people alive, Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson, have said that finding advanced alien life might be the worst thing that could ever happen to us. But here's the thing, we may not need to theorize anymore, because governments have started talking. This is the part of the video that doesn't get nearly enough attention. In 2017, the New York Times published a bombshell investigation revealing that the US Department of Defense had been running a secret program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, studying unidentified aerial phenomena for years, completely off the public radar. Along with that story came 3 videos, declassified Navy footage, showing objects moving in ways that defy known physics. No visible propulsion, no wings. Performing maneuvers that would kill a human pilot from the G-force alone, and hovering over the ocean before accelerating to hypersonic speeds. The Pentagon later confirmed the videos were real. Then, in 2023, a former intelligence official named David Grush testified before Congress, under oath, and he said directly that the US government has been operating secret programs to retrieve and reverse engineer non-human craft for decades. That biological material has been recovered from crash sites, and that the people running these programs have been actively concealing this from Congress. Now, is Grush telling the truth? I genuinely don't know, but he's a decorated military intelligence officer. He went through official whistleblower channels, and multiple other intelligence officials have backed up parts of his account. Whether or not you believe him, the fact that this testimony exists, that Congress held these hearings at all, represents a seismic shift in how officially we're taking this topic. For decades, UFOs were a punchline. Men in tinfoil hats, tabloid covers, now sitting U.S. senators are demanding answers, and the Pentagon has created an entire office, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, dedicated to investigating these incidents. Something changed, and we should probably pay attention to what. Let's look at some of the most credible cases, not the grainy blobs from a stranger's phone, but documented incidents with multiple reliable witnesses. The Tic Tac incident, 2004, Navy pilots aboard the USS Nimitz encountered a white oblong object roughly 40 feet long with no wings, no exhaust, no visible means of propulsion. It dropped from 80,000 feet to just above the ocean surface in seconds. Commander David Fravor, a veteran Navy pilot with 18 years of experience, called it the most extraordinary thing he'd ever seen. The Rendlesham Forest Incident, 1980. U.S. military personnel stationed in England observed a triangular craft with colored lights land in a forest near a NATO base. They found physical ground impressions and recorded radiation levels significantly above background. Senior officers wrote official reports. It's sometimes called Britain's Roswell. The Zimbabwe School Incident, 1994. 62 schoolchildren in Rua, Zimbabwe reported watching two craft land in a field near their school. Multiple children independently drew identical craft and described identical beings. Harvard psychiatrist Dr. John Mack, a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, interviewed the children and found them genuinely traumatized and consistent. These aren't fringe cases buried on conspiracy forums. These are documented, investigated, and in some cases, officially unresolved. So where does all of this leave us? Here's what I think is actually true. We don't have confirmed, undeniable proof of extraterrestrial life. Anyone telling you otherwise is selling something. But we are living through a genuine, historic shift in how this subject is being treated. From a culture that dismissed UFO reports as delusion, to a government acknowledging that a significant percentage of encounters remain genuinely unexplained. And scientifically, the more we look, the more promising it gets. The James Webb Space Telescope is now detecting the atmospheric signatures of exoplanets. In 2023, researchers announced tentative detection of a molecule called dimethyl sulfide on a planet called K2218b, a molecule that, on Earth, is only produced by living organisms. It's not proof, but it's a signal, a whisper. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Earth has been around for 4.5 billion. Homo sapiens have existed for maybe 300,000 years. We've had radio technology for about 100. On the cosmic timeline, we just turned the lights on. We just started making noise. Maybe no one's heard us yet. Maybe they have. I don't think the question of whether we're alone in the universe is just a scientific question. It's a philosophical one, a spiritual one. The answer changes everything. How we see ourselves, our place in the cosmos, what it means to be alive. And the evidence, not the speculation, the actual documented evidence suggests that the honest answer right now isn't no. It's we don't know yet, and maybe that's the most exciting place to be. If you want to go deeper on any of these cases, the Wow signal, the Grush testimony, or the Fermi Paradox, drop a comment and I'll cover it in a dedicated video. Like if this made you look up at the sky differently. And I'll see you in the next one.